All right, Peter. So M2 money supply has dipped. Are you familiar with what M2 money supply is?
Is that liquidity?
Yeah, exactly. The amount of money printed in the U.S. system. So it's dipped here. So we had a dip down here. And this pullback, we haven't actually seen a pullback in the actual price yet. And the liquidity, been reading some articles where people are saying that it's like a 70-day lag between the moves in M2 liquidity and the Bitcoin price. If that's the case, then we might have a period of sideways move before we get to 100,000, or we might be headed into bear market territory. Now, like we're seeing over here. Now, I don't think we're headed into bear market territory only because, like, this is the idea over here that we have this bear zone. What I don't think we're headed into that area just yet. I think we head into that area at the first quarter next year. Let's call it February, March. But that for now, we're going to have these a large up move in Bitcoin. I think we do cross 100,000. That we cross it just a little bit, middle out there. Maybe we go to 110, 120. I don't know how far that can go, depending on what the options change looks like for Bitcoin. But then I would expect a pullback, pretty significant pullback afterwards. If we do get a significant pullback, that's in the order of the magnitude of the drop in M2. We could be looking at something like 80,000 on Bitcoin.
Ooh.
Yeah, which would be great. I'd love to see that. I'd
Why?
buy
So you
more
can buy
Bitcoin.
more?
Heck yeah, want to buy stack that Bitcoin, bro. If there's one thing Michael Seller and I have in common is that we want to gather Bitcoin.
And you want to fleece the next guy? Is that it?
Only who wants my Bitcoin. I just want to fleece the guy
Okay,
who wants my Bitcoin.
whenever there's a trade, you're the one who taught me this. Whenever you're making money, somebody else is losing money. So
Well,
isn't
they
that
might not. No, they might not be losing money. They're just if you're selling, someone's buying. If you're buying, someone's selling. But you might both be making money. But someone's losing money at some point.
yeah, exactly. I mean, there's always going to be the people behind who are losing and
Oh
the people
no,
ahead.
only in a zero sum game. If it's not a zero sum game, then that's not necessarily the case.
All right. So what are we talking about here? So you showed the Bitcoin chart. You gave your price prediction, possible price prediction. What do you think? It's going to go down? You said you think it's more likely to go up.
Well, we're going up, right? In general, we're headed up. What I'm
Mhm.
worried about is the next window of weakness, which is starts, let's say, mid-January next year till March. Once we get past that, then I think things are safe. But what I'd be looking for, the trade for me, is if we get a drop, if we get a significant drop. In fact, any drop that we get between now and 80,000, buy these dips,
Hmm.
especially in the altcoins. So I'd be looking to get more Cardano. I'd be looking to get more Doge. I'm sure Solana would be a great bet for people who love Solana, not me, but people who love Solana would be a great bet. And so, but I wouldn't be expecting a massive correction where now it's a bear market for where the bull market is done. That's like the point I'm trying to make. I think
So
we do drop, but
you talked about at the upper limit 120. Can it go? What's it going to look like?
no, I don't know the
Mm,
upper limit. When we're breaking up, when we're breaking out, and there's options flows that are affecting the asset price, you can't actually put a cap. You don't know how far it can go. The likelihood that you get the peak, you can't bet on that. But it's like something breaking through. You never know how much momentum can actually push it through. Plus, we're in blue skies territory, right? We're at all-time highs. There's no other technical analysis to go on. You have those charts that talk about the potential tops in Bitcoin, but these are all speculative. We don't actually know how far it can go. I care more about the pullbacks within a bull market. Those pullbacks are golden opportunities, especially with people like me who like leverage plays. You can make a lot of money that way. So,
it's a golden opportunity because if the trend is upwards and it pulls down, it's very likely that it's a minor dip and it'll go back up, so you can make money on that bounce.
exactly, like a 30%. So you can, I mean, it's hard to say short from here. Maybe you want to do that, but it's sort of like 50-50 whether the short will actually pay off. But if it drops and then you start adding leverage positions in, when you write it back up, right? If I put a leverage position on of If on a 1% move, if my position is 100x leverage, well, that's 100% gain, right? So on a 1% move, I could double my money if you're doing this properly, right?
You talked about trailing stops in Blueprint this week. Can you do trailing stops with Bitcoin?
Sure.
And wouldn't that be the smart way to execute what you're talking about? When it goes down, you can buy some to catch.
If you're doing it in the leverage positions like I'm talking about, I don't generally deal with the stops because you do not to get too complicated, but in a sense, if you need the stop for your position, it means your position is big enough that if you were to lose that position, you lose too much money, right? You wouldn't want
Right,
to do that, and so you
right.
have to stop there. I rather have my leverage positions to be smaller to begin with, and my stop is the liquidation price of the position. So my positions are smaller, but then I don't have to worry about a stop. And if I wanted to, if I need to express more of a position, I'll just add to it as opposed to get a large position to begin with, because I don't know where the bottom is going to be.
That's Mike. That's Mike's influence on you. Risk management. It's the size of your position, not stop losses and things like that, right?
Yes.